Good morning, students of class 10. Today we will discuss and we will learn and talk about significance of the Lucknow Pact. Here, first point in significance of Lucknow Pact, we have to see Hindu-Muslim unity. The joint scheme symbolized Hindu-Muslim unity. Both the communities agreed to compromise in some area for the common good. The Congress compromised on its secular character by accepting the scheme of separate electorate for Muslims. The Muslim League accepted the principles of election and the majority rule as a result of this pact. The Hindus and the Muslims worked together from 1916 to 1922. Means, in the beginning, when the Muslims were demanding that separate electorate, and they were quite happy with the partition of Bengal. When they demanded about separate electorate for the Muslim candidate and reservation seats for the election in the constituency, for that the Congress was not happy with that, and Congress was not wanted to give. So there were some rift between the Hindus and Muslims. Now in 1916, during the First World War took place, and then Khilafat movement led by the Indian Muslims. During that time, Congress also supported to Muslim and they joined into the Khilafat movement. So there is a mutual understanding came between two religion, and their Hindu and Muslim unity took, and they had together sat into the Lucknow Pact in Lucknow in 1916, and they had signed the agreement. And here they were accepted. Congress accepted about the separate electorate. So the Muslims also felt very happy, and they cooperated to the Hindus and Congress also. Second, we have to see unity within the Congress. The Lucknow session and the signing of the Lucknow Pact brought about unity between the assertive nationalists and the early nationalists. After the Surat session of 1907, both wings of the Congress were moving in different directions. They came together in 1916, and as a result, the Congress was strengthened. The Congress President of Lucknow session of 1916, Ambika Charan Majumdar, rightly remarked, if the United Congress was buried at Surat, it is reborn at Lucknow. Means in the both the Congress, within the Congress there were the two groups. One group was known as a early nationalist, and another group, the young angry men, they were assertive nationalist. Their due of the demand and their candidature of the presidency, both they wanted to their according to their choice, and there the assertive nationalists were not happy with the early nationalists. So the assertive nationalists had quit, and rift took place in Surat session in 1907, and they have once again joined together in Lucknow Pact in 1916 after 9 years. So Congress became strengthened. Not only the early nationalists and assertive nationalists joined together, but also the Muslim League, Muslim leaders also joined in Lucknow Pact in 1916, and they have signed. So this became unity very strong. Next point we have to see third, pressure on the government. The unity between the Congress and the League and between the early nationalists and the assertive nationalists became a threat to the British government of India. Until now, the government had been repressing the nationalist movement by using force. The government now had no excuse for delaying political or constitutional reform. Means now when the unity between the Congress of two wings, early nationalist and assertive nationalist and Muslim League joined together, strengthened, unity came, the government had a pressure, because three groups of the people together led national movement, and it was not easy to suppress by the government. Earlier, if the Congress was taking alone, early nationalists leading a mass movement, it was suppressed by the force of the British government, because they were in group, so they were easily suppressed. But now the three groups together joined, so it was not easy to suppress. So pressure gone to the British government. Fourth, necessity to pacify Indians. As the First World War continued, the leaders of the Congress and the League impressed upon the British government that their demands for constitutional reform should not be rejected if they wished Indians to be loyal to the British. The government therefore felt it necessary to pacify the Indians by the Declaration of August 20, 1917, which promised a policy of gradual development of self-government institution of India. So students, here the necessity came to policy pacify of the Indians, means whatever they have demanded, they remain to the loyal to the British, and the British had been rapidly declared of the policies and for the gradual development of the self-government institution in India in August 20, 1917. So students, kindly go through your lesson and read it. Thank you so much.